Okay, this, as you can see, is Shadowrun Hong Kong. I'm just going to put the volume down a bit more. This got released on Steam today and other platforms. It's the third game in the Shadowrun series from Harebrained Schemes. And it's that new game. There we go. It allows workshop content. I'm going to go easy, just because I'm here for the story. Alright, let's go. What shall we be? Let's be human. So, the Shadowrun, if you're not familiar with it, is an RPG scenario. It's a cyberpunk future. You know, that sort of, it's dark, it's run by corporations, stuff like that. But in this cyberpunk future, there's been some sort of rift, I don't know, that means that all these fantasy races have appeared in the world, as well as you know, magic. So we have both. There we go. Cyberware. We have all that stuff. Have regular fighting, and then we have all this decking stuff, biotech. Then we also have spellcasting and conjuring and all this sort of thing. So the main traits here, as we go through, as you see in the game, having them at a particular level will give you options in dialogue and stuff that you wouldn't normally have. So I can unlock cyber affinity. Interesting. Right, I'm just going to bump up some body, so I'm going to spend 5 to bump up my body. And I'm going to go for some range combat. I like rifles. Keeping an eye on what I spent it on. And I'll have a bit of melee weapon action. Oh no, I can't do that. Alright, so I have to up close combat to give me melee weapon. Right, that's fine. I'm going to go for a bit of intelligence. And let's do that and that. And let's see. Confirm. We'll choose an etiquette. I'm gonna be a corporate Shadowrunner. Oh no, I can only be one. Alright, I played an elf earlier and they can have 2. So let's just go for corporate. Go for it. Name your character. If you've read some cyberpunk books, you might know where I get the name from. We're going for it. So, the core of this game is it's an RPG, it's a story, but it also has the turn-based combat stuff in a similar style to a game like XCOM.
One new message.
Hi. It's Raymond. I hope I have the right number. Look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I need your help. Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story, that if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. Yeah. finish something I should have faced a long time ago. And I need you with me.
So clearly this is the background story. I'm going to talk over him for a bit.
Place, but you and Duncan are the only real family I have.
So like I was saying, although the combat is sort of like XCOM,
anything to you,
it's probably not quite as developed as combat in XCOM is, but there's a lot more emphasis on the story, and the story happens in the same sort of 3D context as all the combat does. So, you know, not like in XCOM, most of the story happens in cutscenes rather than anything you interact with. You'll see what it's like in a minute when we actually get some dialogue. So my plan is to play the game until we get to the first bit of combat and just to go through that, see how it goes. I did play 15 minutes or so earlier on just to check it all worked. I chose a different character altogether. I didn't actually get to any combat in that, but I spent some time picking my character like I've done now, so I'm hoping I can play less than 10 minutes here and get some actual combat. In the meantime, we'll see some of the story bits. I'm going to speed through them fairly quickly, so pause the video if you want to read all the detail. So here I am. I've received some money. I've stepped from the water taxi and I've met these two people. There's some background information. It's a suitably dank and dark cyberpunk scene. Duncan. Let's tough it out. So here we go. Basically, with the dialogue, you have these choices. You saw that one there. I had that option because I had strength of 3. A lot of the options are just, it is branching dialogue. Although I suspect a lot of the choices don't make too much difference, but then some of them will do. When the original Shadowrun Returns came out, one of the complaints against it was quite linear. Shadowrun Dragonfall, which was the second game in the series, originally a DLC for Shadowrun Returns, is much better in the regards of having branching story, options, side missions, and all that sort of thing. I think basically the first game that was kickstarted, crowdfunded as well, and I think a lot of that was them just getting the engine built, getting their heads around it all. So the second game was really more indicative of the best they can do. And then they had another crowdfunding campaign for this, Shadowrun Hong Kong. And alright, we're heading to the meeting location. I need to scroll because I'm in the window. Yes, so they had another crowdfunding campaign which they've used to improve the engine, and also let's open the lock gate. The little orange things are stuff you can interact with. Well, orange means a story point. So we need to find another way. There's another way back here. Well, there was last time I went through this intro. There we go. Here's the other way. Let's let her do it. I don't want to get into any side games right now. Now it could be, although obviously we can't in that situation, because you can always have the police officer open it for you. Oh, and there we go. Shouting in Cantonese. More Cantonese, too quick to catch. Alright, so there's 3 of them. Seems like we've interrupted some sort of drug deal. Tattooed gunman. Try out your Cantonese, let's go for it. So, we're going to do turn-based combat. I'm going to ignore the help because I'm a badass. So you can move and you can shoot. What you really want to do is flank people. So let's see. We can rotate. No, we can't rotate. So he's in the open. Medium cover. Line of sight blocked. So that gives me some cover there. So I'm going to go there. And I'm going to shoot at this bloke. Because he was in the open. So I think we can probably take him. So we'll worry about the other guys. Oh. Evidently, they only get 1 move. Alright, what can I do here? Let's do that. Yes, we did take him. Does the other cover helped? No, he's doing melee. He missed. So, I think I will shoot him again. I'm going to use 5 bullets. Wipe him out in 1 shot. Let's do the same on this dude. And let's attack the magician. Move instant and cover. Right, let's see what she does. She missed. She's going after her, eh? So what I'm going to do, see there's 2 moves, did I miss that on the first turn? What I'm going to do is get up there and shoot at this mage. Didn't get up. You can go down here and shoot at the mage. We're victorious. And you get the last damage restored, so that was like 4 hit points. So that was the combat. You see I'm on easy mode, so obviously it's not a challenge it could be. Now we've got to figure out a way the compass points to the goal. Oh, we've got some optional stuff down here, look. Yeah. Let's take that. Now I don't think we can get through there, so we have to break out the other side of the docks. So we have our choices. Edge with monofilament. Let's cut ourselves a way through. Okay then. We'll let her get to it. There we go. Not worth saying anything to that. Let's remain silent. There we go. And on with the story, I guess. So there we go. We're in what looks like some sort of town. I guess there's some more combat coming up, but I've probably rabbited on quite enough. I've really enjoyed the first 2 games in this series, which is why I backed this Kickstarter. This game has been come out on Linux on day one. Their whole engine supports it. Harebrained Schemes have been supporting Linux for a while now. They're a company worth backing. They put out quality content, I think, and you should definitely check this game out on Steam today. Shadowrun Hong Kong.